Good morning, students. The next topic we have to cover is ray optics. It's also called the geometrical optics. Ray optics or geometrical optics. Optic word means vision. Optic means vision. Geometrical is related to the mathematics, calculations, diagrams, of course. Ray. What is a ray? Ray is a line segments, straight line, just like the vectors, and with arrow mark, indicating the direction of the propagation of the light. And this ray optics was introduced by Newton. It's called a corpuscular theory. Corpuscular theory. According to Newton, the light propagated from the source, like a candle if you have taken, it is from the candle light is coming out, means it is throwing the particles from this lamp away in all directions. These particles which are thrown are very, very small particles. They are called the corpuscles. And these small corpuscles, how do you distinguish the color according to Newton? Is the bigger size particles have the red colors, look like red for us, and smaller particles look like a violet and blue, like that. Depending on the size, the particles colors will be appearing. That is according to Newton. They are not affected by the gravity, and they just propagate in the forward directions. They don't need any medium for the propagation, just throwing the particle. But the particles travel in a straight line path. If you throw a stone, if there is no effect of gravity, if you throw a stone and throw it, due to inertia it goes straight line path with the same speed. So according to him, it travels in the same way, just like the stone thrown without effect of the gravity. But the main drawback of this Newton's theory is that, according to Newton's theory, speed of light V in denser medium is greater than speed of light in rarer medium. What do you mean by denser medium? Like a glass, water, etc. The molecules are close to each other. Very close to each other is called as a denser medium. But in the case of the air, if you have taken, the molecules are far away from each other, that is a rarer medium. Vacuum means there is no particle at all. According to the Newton, the speed, light travels with more speed in the denser medium than the rarer medium. How much density? Normal density is different in terms of the molecules, but here in this case is related to the light traveling, light energy passing through it. In this case, that it is called the optical density. The optical density is measured with the physical quantity, is called as a refractive index. We take the symbol mu or n, that is called as a refractive index. More refractive index means called as a more optical denser mediums. Then according to him, the speed is more in the denser medium than the rarer medium. But scientists called as a Foucault did the experiment, and he calculated the speed of light in the water, in the glass, etc. on the terrestrial, on the earth surface, in the between the two hills passing the light. He calculated the speed of light also, and also he observed that he is a first person to calculate the speed of light more accurately. Before him, already one more scientist done to find the speed of light, Fizeau. But he was not much accurate, but this is a Japanese scientist. But Foucault calculated the speed of light more accurately. Not only that, he calculated the speed of light even in the different mediums, water, glass, etc. And he found that speed of light in a rarer medium is greater than speed of light in denser medium. Therefore, the ray optics or Newton's theory failed because of the experimental result of the Foucault. But Foucault experiment supports Huygens wave theory. According to Huygens, light travels in the form of the waves. Waves actually require the medium. Unless he knows that electromagnetic waves are there, they don't need medium. But Huygens was not knowing what is the type of the wave longitudinal transfer, just know that it is a wave. But for the propagation of the wave, what is required is a medium is required, because that term is only sound waves are known, electromagnetics were not known. So electromagnetic waves means these light waves have the electric field as well as a magnetic field called as electromagnetic waves, can travel in the vacuum. But sound cannot travel in the vacuum because it is a mechanical wave, requires a medium, not an electromagnetic wave. But Huygens imagined that light is propagated in the form of the waves, and he thought that elastic medium is required for the propagation of the wave, just like the sound waves, air molecules have the elastic property, oscillating to and fro. Then he imagined the medium, the universe is filled with the medium called as ether. Ether meaning is very light, invisible, very low density, high elastic medium is there throughout this universe, is the imagination of the Huygens. But later experiment proved that there is no such ether. It is light is propagated in the form of the electromagnetic waves. What are the electromagnetic properties we discussed in the other topic, EM waves. Next, Newton's corpuscular theory helped us, even though it failed, to give the speed of the light and other things. And in other parts, reflection, refraction, he can explain, but he cannot explain why interference, diffraction is taking place for the lights. Cannot be explained by means of the particle natures. Corpuscles means particles. But ray optics help us to draw the diagrams, because a straight line only you have to take, you don't have to take the waves like this. And we call these diagrams as the ray diagrams. In this topic, we have mirrors, parts, mirrors. In these mirrors, we have the two types. One is plane mirror, another one is a spherical mirrors. In these spherical mirrors, there are the two types, what is concave and convex mirrors. These relate to the reflection of the light. Mirrors related to reflection. Next we have is refraction. In this refraction, we have parts at a plane surface, refraction at a plane surface, and total internal reflection. This is part of the plane surface only. In this plane surface only we have the prisms and total internal reflections, and real depth, apparent depth, all that comes in this plane surfaces only. Next is main parts of this. Okay, let it be. In this prism again the dispersions are there, how the deviation light takes place, that different parts are there. Next is lenses, or else refraction at curved surfaces. And then it is a part is lens. These main parts, one is reflection, another one is refraction. Again in that different parts are there. In this first we discuss is the plane mirrors. Mirror works on the principle of the reflections. What is a reflection? If you take the two different mediums, material mediums, one is say air, another one is a glass. Whenever the light falls on the surface at some angle, with respect to the normal is perpendicular to the surfaces of the two mediums, air and glass, or air and water, what you take. The light which is falling onto the surface, this is called the incident ray. Incident ray, say PQ is the light ray which is falling onto it. There is incidenting called as. The angle with respect to the incident and normal is called as a angle of incidence. And light after falling onto the surface can be coming back into the same medium. When it is come back to the same medium, it is called as a reflection. This is an incident wave, this is a reflected wave, and some energy may be transmitted if it is transparent material, then it is called as a refracted wave. The angle between the normal and reflected light is called as the angle of reflection, and the angle between the normal and the refracted medium is called as the angle of refraction. Angle of reflection, angle of reflection, refraction. Symbol sometimes we take RR only, but separately we have to discuss both. Some energy will be reflected, some energy may be absorbed also, that we are not going to discuss here. Some energy is transmitted through the metal, that is called as the refracted waves. These are refraction. And we are discussing first reflection. Angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. There are the rules for the laws of reflection. What are the laws of reflection? Called as the laws of reflection. One law is that I is equals to R. Angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. Both will be lie on either side of the normal, not on the same side. Light be coming back to the same medium. So sin I equal to sin R, or sin I by sin R becomes equal to 1. And angular incident ray and reflected ray lie in the same plane, and reflection is removed for the PU theory. If it is removed for PU theory, it will not be there for the K set also, but NEET, JEE it is required. Even though it is removed for the K set, some points interlinking with the refraction is required, so you need to know reflection some part. Sin I by sin R, sin I by sin R equal to 1. Another thing is that if it is a plane, the light which is falling on this plane, reflected also in the same plane, it will not come out of the plane. So incident ray, reflected ray will lie on the same plane along with the normal. They are the two laws of reflection. So sin I is equals to sin R. Mirrors work on the principle of reflection. So mirrors, now we are going to discuss is mirrors. Mirrors work on the principle of reflection. So So I will be equal to r. If this is 20 degrees, this is also 20 degrees. 30 means 30 degrees. What is the angle of deviation? Light is supposed to go straight line path, but it is coming backwards. So this is the amount the light is getting deviated. So what is the angle of deviation is nothing but equal to d is equals to total is 180 degrees. So 180 degrees is supposed to be equal to I plus r. R is also equal to I, so we can take the 2I plus d. We want d. D is equals to 180 minus 2 times I. This angle of deviation for the reflection is d equal to 180 minus 2I. Next, images and object. If you take the plane mirrors, in these mirrors first we discuss is the plane mirrors. Mirror is a reflecting surface which reflects the light energy falling on it backward directions. So in case if I take the parallel rays coming on it, after reflection again they go backward same direction, that is called as a retracing path. It is called as a retrace. Light rays retrace the path, and the mirror diagram we mentioned with a slight inclined lines on the back side of it. This is called as a polishing surfaces. Glass, transparent glass is made as a mirror by coating backside with the silver. Silver nitrate is used to coat the silver on the backside of this glass plate, and after that on that silvering, to avoid the damage of the silver coating by atmosphere or by touchings, painting is done. One color painting is done on that, so that it sticks perfectly to the glass. Silver sticks and silver is not removed because of that painting. So that painting only we draw the diagram like this, and it also indicates the silvering surface. The reflection takes place on the other side. So whenever the light ray is falling on it, it retraces the path. The light ray is coming from the object, wherever the object is there, the object. The distance from the object to this mirror is called as the object distance or reflecting surface. Then where the image is formed, the distance from the object to image is called as the image distance. If you stand up in front of the mirror, you will see your image in the mirror. The object to the mirror distance is equals to the image distance v. U is equals to v. This v is called as a image distance. U is called as a object distance. And left, right. This is for the image. What you are seeing, your left side left will be there, right side right is there. So if you are moving left side, the person also image also moves left side only. But with respect to the image, if you check up from the opposite side, this becomes right. So if you move the left, that becomes equal to right. It is called the lateral inversion. For the mirrors, what takes place is images takes place. Lateral inversion of the image takes place. Lateral inversion of the image takes place. Left becomes equal to right. That is why on the ambulance it is written in reverse. See, the front person seeing in the back view mirror, he observes this ambulance as this. So he will give the side, can move to the side. To give the side, that ambulance is written reverse like this, because in the mirror it appears to be correct once after lateral inversion. Left becomes equal to right. So object distance equal to image distance. Next point is, what if the person is moving? These are the distances. Velocity is nothing but equal to dx by dt. We can take dx by dt. I am taking this u as now x object. This is going to be x image. So differentiation of the object distance is nothing but equal to image distance. But u equal to v. So object distance equal to image distance. But if the object is moving towards the mirror, the distance decreasing. Here also decreases. Decrease means what? Image appears to moving towards the person. With the same speed with respect to mirror, but with respect to the person, what happens? Relative velocity in opposite direction is added. So his velocity is velocity of the object. This is the velocity of the image. Velocity of the object will be equal to velocity of the image only with respect to mirror. But with respect to the person, relative velocity becomes equal to VO plus VY. Opposite direction we have to add the velocities. So velocity of the object is equals to velocity of the image numerically, but opposite in direction. Relative velocity becomes equal to relative velocity of the image with respect to the object is 2 times velocity of the object. So that point you need to remember. If the person is moving, what if the mirror is moving? Instead of the person, if the mirror is moving, the velocity of the mirror is moving towards. Once again, If the person is moving toward the object, means object is moving towards the mirror, image moves towards the mirror. If the object moves away from the mirror, image also moves away from the mirror. But here, if you check up, the mirror is motion. When mirror is moving towards the person, the image distance decreases. That means the image distance decreases means the image appears to moving toward the person. Again, even if the mirror is moving towards the person, with respect to mirror, velocity is equals to velocity of the mirror only, but the velocity of the image becomes equal to 2 times velocity of the mirror with respect to mirror. Then what is the direction of the object moving appear to moving? If the mirror is moving towards the object, the image also appear to moving towards the object. If mirror is moving away, the image also moves away. That points you need to remember. But 2 times only you will get in both the cases. Generally you will be asked with respect to the object what is the relative velocities. So 2VO, 2VO. If both are moving, you have to compare these two and add them or subtract them according to the requirement. Next is what we are discussing is reflection. Please, this is not there for theory of the CET and KSET also. Reflection part we are discussing in that plane mirrors, and number of images we will discuss while doing the problems at the end. Means if you take the mirrors with some angle in between them theta, and different light rays reflect from this and form the multiple images. How many number of images formed? The total 360 divided by number of the theta angle will give the number of images formed, but that conditions not important now. Later we will discuss while doing the problems directly we will discuss. Next, reflection in the spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors, 2 types are there. So why it's called a spherical mirror? Because they are the part of the sphere. One is convex mirror, another one is concave mirror. Convex mirror and concave mirror. Convex mirror has a bulged surface. This is a convex mirror, and silvering is done on the concave side. Cave, vex, convex. Vex means bulged. So if you take the bulged, this is a convex, this is a concave. By touching the mirror also you can identify if bulged surface is supposed to be convex and curved surface inward is nothing but equal to concave. The center point of the mirror is called as a pole. And if you expand this in 3 dimensional, you will get a sphere. So it is a sphere, part of the sphere. Curved surface of the curved surface is called as a curvature. So it is for the part of the sphere, therefore called as spherical mirrors. And if you take this radius, it has a radius. The sphere has a radius. The radius r is nothing but called as a radius of curved surface, means called as a radius of curvature. And here to measure the distance, radius of curvature, all these focal lengths, etc. We are going to use the term later. We use the sign convention. There are different types of sign conventions. What we are going to use is called as a Cartesian sign convention. In the Cartesian sign convention, right side, anything measured right side, all the distance to the right side, from this pole towards right side. Pole we have to imagine at the origin, and all right side distances are positives. All left side distances are negatives. Upward distances are positive, downward distances are negative. Anywhere on this line called as the axis. If you are keeping the object like this, if you want to find its height, you have to take it as a positive. If you are keeping the object reverse, no, it becomes equal to minus. This is height of the object, You take it as a negative. Downwards is negative, upwards is positive. Right side is positive, left side is negative. For this convex mirror, this is a convex mirror. First we discuss is convex mirror. For convex mirror, radius is right side from the pole. Pole you have to imagine as the origin. Right side is right side. When the radius is right side, it is you have to take it as a r is positive. And focal, like if you are keeping the object left side, we cannot keep right side because light has to reflect on this non-silvered surface only. So I am supposed to keep the object at left side itself. I am keeping some object left side. Let us take a tree image we want. Then tree is left side, this is called as the object. The distance from object to the pole is called as the object distance. This is called as the object distance. Symbol we take is u generally. Object distance. Object distance is left side is there, no, compulsory negative. Radius of curvature is positive. The light rays coming from this may form the image. What is image? Image is the replication of the object. That means as it is an object, we are going to see it as an image. But where you get the image? If you want to get the image, that is a picture of the object only. If you want to get the image, at least 2 light rays are supposed to meet. 2 rays meet the meeting point, or they appear to meet. The point is, that is the point where you get the image, which is the picture of the object itself. and the center of the sphere or this spherical surface is called as the center of curvature. Center of curvature, we take the symbol as C. Radius of curvature, center of curvature, and pole. Of the distance, where the image is formed after reflection from the light from the mirror, the light rays may appear to meet at some places. The place where the light rays are meeting, two or more light rays, that point is point you will get the image, and the distance is called as the image distance from P. That I will discuss again later. It's called as a focal length. This is the center of curvature. This is the radius of curvature. Okay, I will draw here. And this line passing through the center of curvature and pole is called as a principal axis. It is an imaginary line which is passing through the pole and center of curvature. Okay, straight line it is. It is a principal axis. Means we can take many axes, but main axis is called as the principal. Principal means main. Not PLE, it is PAL. Principal axis means main axis. We have to take that is a passing through the pole and center of curvature. And light rays. Light rays are the different type of light rays we take. Light rays meeting is called as a converging rays. Light rays are going away from each other is called as a diverging rays, converging rays. And then we have parallel rays. Parallel to each other, the distance between the light rays remains constant is called as a parallel rays. And many light rays parallel to each other called as a beam of light rays. So here we take the beam of light rays, parallel light rays falling onto the mirror. And reflections, laws of reflection also applicable for the concave mirror also. For the plane mirror, what you have taken, I is equals to R. I is equals to R for the plane mirror. Same thing applicable, but it is a curved surface. That means curved surface, if you want to apply this laws of reflection, you must take a tangent to the surface. Tangent to the surface you have to take and then you draw the normal, and light ray falling here, this angle of incidence, this is going to be angle of reflection. Same thing here also, this is going to be normal, and this is going to be angle of incidence, this is going to be angle of reflection. These two light rays will meet at this point. That point where they meet, light rays meeting, is called as a focusing point. But these light rays are different types of the parallel rays, which is light rays close to the principal axis. They are called as a paraxial rays. Paraxial rays. Paraxial rays are the light rays, parallel light rays which are close to the principal axis. This is the axis. These are all called paraxial rays. Paraxial rays, the tangent what you are taking, no, angle of incidence is less, angle of reflection is also reflection is also less. They go like this. So they appear to be meeting at this place. Same thing for this also appear to this. These are the paraxial rays meeting point on the principal axis is called as a focus, called as a principal focus. Here are these light rays also focused, these are also focused, many light beams are there, they are focused at different points, but which one you have to take is the principal focus. Main focus is for paraxial rays. That point you need to remember, please. The focus is defined only for the paraxial rays. Light rays which are at the borders, end of this mirror, are called as a marginal rays. Marginal rays. This is also marginal rays, that is also marginal rays. The marginal rays have the more angle of incidence and reflection, so they are focused close to the pole, but those things we should not consider. Angle of incidence and reflection changes from the paraxial to marginal rays, increases. So light rays deviation also increases, and the paraxial rays where they appear to meet, because they are not passing through the mirror, they just reflect backwards only. When they reflect backwards, but if extend backward direction, they appear to meet on the principal axis. This is appear, not real. Whatever appear is not real is called as a virtual. They are virtually meeting, not really meeting. So the meeting point itself is called as a focus, and the distance from the pole to focus is called as a focal length. The focal length is 2 times half of the radius, the central part. So radius is pole to center of curvature is called as the radius of the curvature, and focus will be half of the radius of curvature. So radius of curvature R is equals to 2 times F. This you need to remember for the convex mirror we are discussing here. To draw the ray diagrams for the mirrors, minimum 2 light rays should meet, we said. So if you want to draw the diagram for these mirrors, concave mirror, convex mirror, and keep one object here, this is the object, and focus we have it right side. This is center of curvature, half of that is focus. The light rays which are falling on this mirror, they can fall at the different place. We imagine paraxial rays only, means object size is not too big. We are taking light rays are very close to this pole only we need to consider. Paraxial rays only we are going to discuss in all the cases. And light rays which are falling, coming parallel to the principal axis. This is the principal axis. Light passing parallel to the principal axis, after reflection they behave as if they are passing through the focus. That point you have to remember. The light rays passing parallel to the principal axis behave as if they are passing through the focus. And light rays which are passing along the center of curvature, they always will be normal to surface and they retrace the path. Here they will be retracing backwards. The light rays falls at the pole, they reflect backward. This is going to be angle of incidence, this is going to be angle of reflection. If the light ray falls on the mirror such that it appears to be passing through the center of curvature, then it retraces the path. This also retraces the path. Wherever these light rays, this is not really passing. Wherever these light rays appear to be meeting, that point is going to be the point where the image is formed. This is the image formation. So this distance from object to mirror is object distance. The distance from the pole to the image formation is then vertical to V. So U is negative, compulsory left side, and V will be positive. It will be on the right side. And one more thing is that for this convex mirror, compulsory image is formed behind the mirror only. It's not real one. It is supposed to be virtual. And size of the image is always less than that of the size of the object. The magnification word we are going to use. Magnification is the how much bigger the image size compared to object size is called as a magnification. So magnification is nothing but equal to image size by object size. That means height of the image by height of the object we call that as a magnifications. But in this case magnification is always less than 1. That means image size, image height is always less than object size and always found behind the mirror, means always virtual, fixed. Convex mirror, image nature is always fixed. Image is always found with the pole and focus, not outside the focus. Image is always found between the pole and focus, always virtual, always diminished, means smaller size you will get, and always behind the mirror you will get. So image size nature is important for these mirrors, and as well as later we will discuss for the lenses also. Where we use this convex mirror. Convex mirror, the image size is bigger, but is able to cover more field of view. Light ray path is reversible. If the light rays are coming like this, this light ray source I have kept it here and falling on it, going in these directions. If the light bulb I keep left falls on the mirrors and spreading like this. In reverse, if the light is falling on this, there is going to be focused here. Light ray path is reversible. Light can go like this, or if it come like this, it goes like this. Lasso reflection applicable here, tangent to normal, angle of incidence, angle of reflection. If this is incidence, this is going to be reflection. So they are going to meet at this point. This is a convex mirror I am discussing. So if you want to spread the light over the large areas, or if you light rays coming from the more area can be seen here. If your eye is here, this much area of the back side of you can be seen in the mirror. That is to increase the field of observation called as the field of view. Fields of view can be increased. That is used as a back view mirror in the vehicles, and the vehicles the driver sees the backside portion with the help of this mirror that is supposed to be a convex mirror. It is used to increase the field of view. Large area we can see in the small mirrors, and to spread the light over large areas, the street lights, behind the street lights, if we keep this type of mirrors, the light will be spread. While we keep here, light spreads over large areas, and it is also used in some telescopes along with the concave mirrors. So image nature you need to know for these mirrors. Next is concave mirror. For the concave mirror, silvering is done on the convex side. Reflection takes place on the concave side. So you can take expanded 3 dimensions, you will get the sphere. This is center of the sphere called as center of curvature. Half of that is nothing but equal to focus. The distance from this pole to focus is nothing but equal to focal length. What is the focus? Focus is defined as the point on the principal axis where paraxial pale rays will meet after reflection. This is going to be principal focus. This distance is nothing but equal to focal length. Sorry, this is center of curvature, focal length. So in case if we keep the object, in this case image nature is compulsory, not fixed always. Image nature is not fixed.